Hi everyone. Just finished sun gazing, and it's still good enough to be able to gaze, but I don't know what happened to the other one. Somehow it totally shut off on me. So I guess it was a sign that I needed to complete my sun gazing. Took my glasses off. I'm barefooted, so and enjoyed this just absolutely beautiful moment. I highly recommend it for everybody. But anyway, I'm trying to see if you can see the sun there. Okay, so going back to what I was talking about, um, on I was sharing how our thoughts create everything, and I got to a point where because I was having too many unhappy thoughts, too many anger thoughts. Next thing I knew, hi Steve. Anyway, next thing I knew, I got very, very sick. And I got to a point where the body literally was killing itself off. Really crazy stuff. And lost all use of my left arm, could barely even, here I'm carrying the phone, and I couldn't even move the tip of my finger. Literally started losing use of my hips. My whole body started shutting down. That's how powerful our thoughts are. My thoughts, my belief system, and those feelings of anger that were creating so much poison and creating so much challenges that literally the body was starting to break down and kill itself off. So I reached a point where I literally had what people call a near-death experience. Now, which is interesting. I'll get into that in a second. So I literally had the experience, this is quite a few years ago, I literally had the experience of dying, what seemed like death, okay? And myself, my spirit, lifting off the body and literally saying goodbye to the body. And I could see my spirit. It was amazing. I could see my essence being lifted up and looking at the body and ready to say goodbye to it, because it literally got to a point where it just wasn't healthy anymore. And so I was ready to say goodbye to it. And all of a sudden, I had a conscious thought, a very conscious thought. This is incredible, you guys. We've been taught a lot of false information about death, because I had the conscious thought that no, I'm not going to die. I'm going back. I'm here to do something. So I was very aware that I had a purpose. What that was, I wasn't quite sure yet, but I knew I had a higher purpose, a soul purpose. I just needed to get healthy again and get past whatever was going on in my thought system. And so anyway, back in the body. Now, I was married to somebody else at the time, and I woke up and I was freezing cold. And I remember saying to the person I was married to at the time, saying, "Oh my God, I just died." And he thought, okay, you're taking this a little too far. You're laying right here talking to me. And he right away, I said, "I'm so cold." And he right away, and he all of a sudden realized, oh my goodness, this could be really serious. I think she's serious about this. See if you guys could see me better. Anyway, trying to get a good view for you guys. Anyway, so next thing I knew, he's holding me tight, trying to warm me up. He said, "Oh my God, you're ice cold. You feel like a corpse." That's a trip. So anyway, warmed me all up. About a month later, I finally started attracting better experiences, and started calling out to God, to the universe, whatever you want to call it. I'm being as neutral as possible, because I know there are many thought forms that are listening in and participating. So I'm having respect for that. So some people call God, universe, divine essence, the divine feminine, the divine pure source, universal source. I don't think it cares what you call it. But anyway, whatever feels good to you, okay? Because it's all about your intentions and the meaning you give it. And, your clear intentions are everything. So anyway, about a month later, after calling out and really just hitting rock bottom financially with my health, and obviously with my health since I died, but really just something going, kind of backtracking a little bit. What I realized is I had an out-of-body experience. Now I had a choice. I chose to come back. So when people leave the body, they have a choice to come back to the body. And I really feel, well, at least by my experience was I chose to come back because I knew I was supposed to be here. And then, so every night when we go to sleep, there's a part of us that is having an out-of-body experience while we're in this dreaming state. And you could actually maybe even look up astral travel or astral body, so you can have it do your research so you can feel great about what it is that I'm sharing right now. And I'm just sharing my own experience, and so that this way, if this could help anybody out there, you could go, oh my goodness. So we've been taught so much false information, fear. So we end up having all these fears, like fear about death. And what do? We end up attracting death. People seem to be preparing to die, and that's ridiculous. We need to just live. We are eternal, forever beings, magnificent beings. Enjoy our life that we've been given. It's a gift. Oh, God, that sun is just beautiful. Anyway, so Steve, on the other episode, I talked about, just so you're aware, sun gazing. I did some sun gazing. It's really nice. Anyway, and for everybody else, on episode 1, I was actually doing some sun gazing, and then everything that I'm leading up to is going to make sense of why that sun gazing is really incredible. But anyway, going back to fear. It's false education appearing real. We've been taught false education, and it's appearing real. We're literally being conditioned and programmed by all of the commercials out there that say you're going to get sick and you're going to die. And you got your parents saying it to you. You got everybody asking, how old are you? Everybody is preparing to die. They want to know how old you are, what your age is, because they're preparing for you to die and for themselves to die. And it's killing you, and it's killing them. So that's another topic as well. But so basically, all these commercials, all the conditioning, all the programming, it's literally collecting programs in your head, recordings in your mind, in your brain, in your neural net. And so you think you're going to die, and you start preparing to die. I mean, people are buying real estate for their death, for their bodies, to put it in the ground. I mean, that's ridiculous. Focus on living to the fullest. And it's amazing, magnificent things begin to happen for you when we just focus on living to our fullest potential. So here's false evidence appearing real. False education appearing real creates false evidence appearing real. Do you see the ripple here? Now that creates false events appearing real. We start giving meaning to things that don't even exist. We give meaning to everything because of the programming, the conditioning we've been given. So Anyway, finally, I started getting my health back together. So I attracted a health and wellness company and started really changing my eating habits. Now, I thought I was eating healthy. I made my own fruit juices. I did my own juicing. I made fresh juices, fruit and vegetables. And at that time, I was eating meat 3 times a day, all this stuff, right? And turns out that wasn't helping me at all. I was also on medication because of whatever I was going through with the body killing itself off. I was on Vicodin, inhalers for asthma. I was on gut medications. I mean, when I was dying off, right? In less than a month, changing my beliefs, starting to change my beliefs, starting to really feed my body at the cellular level, I got off of all my medications in a month. It was amazing. I started to come to life. It was phenomenal. And so what's really interesting, you guys, is that it's fantastic. We have over 100 trillion cells. This is amazing. So be patient with yourself, because some of you guys are going to be watching this and you go, okay, I'm going to do it. I was so fortunate because I went to a training event and it was regarding nutrition, and the doctor on stage was such a blessing for me because he said the greatest thing he could say to me to be patient, because I was a very impatient person. And he said, for every year that you put stress in your body or feed it any kind of ingredients, from the types of foods you eat to maybe the alcohol or medications you're taking, it takes 3 years to repair it. Now, this is where it gets interesting. See, we have over 100 trillion cells. Our body is made up of over 100 trillion cells. Every single day, we have new cells being birthed. This is cool. There's a resurrection and ascension taking place within ourselves. So if we're bombarding ourselves with stress and the environment, all that stuff, the new cells being born are less healthy than the ones before. Now, every 3 years, we have a brand new body. You could grab a photo of yourself from 9 years ago. You've gone through 3 bodies. 9 years, what I like to call 9 orbits around the sun, or 9 solar returns. Look at that. Anyway, so what happens is that you've gone through 3 body times, 3 bodies. There is not a cell in your body that was there in that photograph 9 years ago. Isn't that something? So why, if we have brand new cells, why are people getting sick and diseased and dying? We just went over that. It's the false education of hearing real. So all that programming is causing this to happen. And so the new cells do not need to be less healthy. We can be birthing healthier and healthier. And I want you to imagine what can happen, the possibilities, the potential that lies within your being when new cells are birthing new cells every single day, every second of the day. Birthing new cells that are healthier than the ones before. The new cells are healthier than that. The new cells are healthier than that. Can you imagine what can happen over time? Now, so remember, be patient with yourself. Be really patient with the results, because it starts here. It starts with what we're feeding our minds. The information in form, the form it starts to take, the information that we're feeding our minds, everything down to The movies we watch, commercials go on, turn them down, turn them off, or put it on mute, walk away from the room, and then come back. Okay? It's really important because your brain doesn't know any difference of what's real on the TV or in life. So it's taking all that information. You're literally programming yourself, even down to the music, everything, the books you read, the information you take in. Be very aware and alert. You deserve it. You deserve to experience your magnificence, that superhero, hence the glasses, right? The glasses, my superhero glasses, these $3 glasses I got, it's so amazing. I got it for like $3 from Walmart online for my Wonder Woman glasses. Or they're Wonder Woman, Superman glasses. I love it. to remember, it's like my little clue to you. This is just to remember the superhero within us, within all of us, within you, within everyone around you. Okay, so going back, just be patient with yourselves. And along the way, I started attracting books. Oh my goodness. I went from before in the past not being able to read a book, not being able to hold a conversation and look at me talking away, not being able to listen. I literally had I was a daydreamer. I was constantly daydreaming. I just couldn't be alert to listen or read a book. And as soon as I had this awakening and where I came to life, literally, what seemed like the near-death experience or out-of-body experience to coming back to life, along the way, my brain started waking up and I was able to read. I was able to listen to these audios and watch different videos that were literally changing me down to my beliefs and down to my whole cellular structure. And now every single year, I just kept getting healthier and healthier and healthier and healthier. It's incredible, so that is what is possible. Then I start, of course, within the first year I was meditating, and I highly recommend that to everybody. Even it's just for a few seconds, and then a few minutes, and then a few, maybe a few minutes more. And what starts to happen is you're changing your experience, you're changing your association of the world around you. You start to look through different eyes. It's incredible. Because of the programming, the conditioning, and the meditating, you're anchoring a different experience. And look at the sun. Oh, I love that sun. Anyway, so I wanted to share that part as far as the background, okay? So I'm going to lead into now, in the next episode, my intentions, okay? And I'll also show you my books as far as the initial books I started off with. Along the way, I will also share other books that have been really helpful, and be expecting me to share even guided visualizations, guided meditations. I've been doing it for many, many years now, many years now. And, or orbits, that's right, orbits. I'm trying to speak your language, so really, it's orbits around the sun. What I've done is I stopped saying years to change how my thoughts, how they register, change the way my brain is registering. So I call it orbits or sun return or solar return. And then this way, we're always living in the now, in the present, in the moment. I wasn't living in a moment ago because I was sharing my background. But that's just so that you can see where I'm coming from. And along the way, it starts to make sense of why I'm sharing the information that has really helped me to literally transform the information, helping me to transform myself down to the cellular level, transforming my beliefs, my thoughts, my cells, everything. And so till next time, So next time we're going to go more into my intentions. Anyway, I really appreciate all of you, every one of you that have been sharing, all that you share that can inspire everyone around you to realize the magnificence within them. You are all magnificent and beautiful. And the word beautiful is beauty. It's be full. B, and you'll notice in the middle there's the letter I, our isness. There's so much to our being. We are so much greater than this physical body. This physical body is our clothing. Our spirit, our isness is here to experience life to the fullest. Anyway, thank you, you guys. I appreciate all that you've shared. Enjoy. Until next time, I'll go more into the intentions of why I'm doing this and what I'm going to be giving. Enjoy. How do we say goodbye?